Salutations, I'm Absolutely Stable, my name is Christ-Hannu-Zaa, and welcome to Day 7 of Autismas. Now, for today's video, we're doing a movie review, but I know, we're doing two movie-related things in a row, but deal with it. I wanted to do this on actually Day 4, but I haven't watched the movie until then, so until last night, on the night of Day 6, so yeah. So we're just gonna review the movie now. It's Nestor, the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey. I mentioned it briefly yesterday, but while I was talking about the best modern Christmas film, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that basically, but yeah. Anyway, so the movie, it's kind of underrated, but to be honest, I really can't remember much about what happened, like in depth, because it's less than half an hour long, and B, well, nothing really that memorable happened. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, basically, I'll remember as much as I can, okay? So let's get started. By the way, the company who made Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey was made by the same people, was made by Rankin and Bass Productions, which is, for those who know their Christmas specials that well, you would know that is the company who made Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, The Year Without a Santa Claus, and Rudolph's Shiny New Year. Pretty sure they made Rudolph It's Frosty's Christmas in July. Might be wrong. But anyway. Yeah, they made basically Rudolph and Santa Claus Coming to Town. But you gotta admit, it's a good sign. But then again, they also made a big travesty on for a Christmas special called Pinocchio's Christmas. We're not talking about that, it's bad. All I need to know is that it's bad. But anyway, for Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, it looks like it starts directly after The Year Without a Santa Claus. Because it looks like Santa hops on his sleigh or something, but it has the same workshop as in The Year Without a Santa Claus, but then again, you see Rudolph leading Santa's sleigh, which makes me really confused. Is it after Year Without a Santa Claus, or or is it after Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Who knows? I mean, it looks like Year Without a Santa Claus, but it has Rudolph, so who knows? Moving on. And the narrator of the story is not an elf, not even Santa, or even a reindeer. It's a donkey. I don't know what. You're probably wondering. And if you're basically the donkey, who is an ancestor of Nestor, the main character of the story. Basically, the story is a backstory narrated by an ancestor. I don't know. So basically, the ancestor is talking about the nativity scene that the elves decorated, but then he complains that they didn't get his ancestor's ears right. Then it goes to a backstory where it was back when it was biblical times, believe it or not. Like, I think the Roman Empire was still around. I don't know. But basically, Nestor was basically born with ears that, basically for a donkey, are really big. And so big they drooped to the ground. So yeah. Basically, Nestor was teased. He's basically Rudolph. I compared it to Rudolph the first time I watched it. He's basically Rudolph. I mean, he was teased for having something different from everybody else. Rudolph had a shiny nose, but instead of a shiny nose, he had really long ears that went to the floor. So yeah, but unlike Rudolph, there was one day of the year where the other barnyard animals didn't tease Nestor, and that was what they call a really special day called the winter solstice. But in real life, it's just the first day of winter. Kind of disappointing. But anyway, so basically Nestor is having the best day of his life. Then the Roman Empire walks into the barn. Talks to the barn owner, the farmer. That's it. And basically wants to get all the young donkeys in his farm. And they find out Nestor, who had wool socks over his ears for some reason. I don't know how his mother made those. So basically, Nestor is trying to get back to his mama. They pull on the ears, which are a pair of socks covering them. And yeah, so basically, the Roman Empire thought the farmer was giving him a cheap something or other, like a cheap donkey or something, but I don't know. I don't know what they said. I can't remember. I watched it last night, but I can't remember. So basically, long story short, the Roman Empire takes all the donkeys for free, and all the gold shillings or something are basically they basically steal all the young donkeys except for Nestor. The farmer is outraged. He and his really ugly dog. I know all dogs are cute, but this dog was just cringy. But yeah, they throw Nestor out. So his mama, who I don't think they gave a first name actually. She basically runs out into a cold winter's night in the middle of a blizzard and finds Nestor and tries to keep him warm because, you know, unlike all the other barnyard animals, Nestor's mom actually took care of him. So basically, Nestor tries to keep Nestor's mom. Sorry, tries to keep Nestor warm during the winter's night, but by morning, tragedy struck. Nestor's mom had died of frostbite. She had to sacrifice herself to keep her baby alive. So now Nestor was all alone in the world, and until one day, until a few days later, it said, but in real time it looked like a few hours. It looked like our eyes. It looked like a few hours. He meets an angel or cherub, I think. Basically named her name was Tilly, and apparently cherubs are like guardian angels, but for animals, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. With the cherub, who her name was Tilly, she basically told Nestor that his ears could be a wonderful thing. So they went on this journey, and how his ears could be helpful for someone in the future. However, they needed to get to Bethlehem. But before they even got to Bethlehem, which was looked like days away or something, Tilly told Nestor to wait at this merchant's a merchant's place, animal merchant. I don't know what his name is, title is. To wait on someone who will help him, who he will help. So yeah, basically he's back at square one with everyone teasing him about his ears. Poor Nestor. However, until one day when a nice couple was on their way to Bethlehem and they wanted Nestor. The merchant tried to scam them, but the wife of the family, or of the couple, I can work great, basically said she was with child and is expecting soon. And then this glowing aura shined behind her, and the merchant told her it's on the house. And for those who have read the Bible, you probably know it's Mary and Joseph. Duh. So yeah, basically they get Nestor for free. They're on their way to Bethlehem, but then a sandstorm kicks up. I don't know what the word is. basically, the sandstorm basically blinds Mary, Joseph, and Nestor's eyes, but then Nestor is shown this is hearing a voice. It was Tilly's. She said, "Follow the sound of the holy angel choir, and it'll lead you to Bethlehem," or something. I don't know. And then he heard, and they get reassurance from Tilly, Nestor's mom, who was in heaven. That's a good sign. Is telling Nestor, listen to Tilly, Nestor. She'll lead you. The angels will help you too, or something. Like I said, not as many memorable lines. So basically Nestor follows the sounds of the angelic choir, and they get to Bethlehem. However, and then for those who read the Bible or went to church as a kid, you would know what happens next. They get to Bethlehem. They find there's no room in the inn. Nestor somehow finds a manger, a stable, basically, and baby Jesus is then born. However, the ending really confuses me. Nestor decides to go back to his barn where he was thrown out of, and before tripping on, but not before tripping on his ears. That happened a lot in the film. So he goes home to where he was kicked out of, and then everyone's cheering for him, and even the farmer and his dog are cheering for him. The ending made no sense to me, honestly. Like, why would he go back home if he was kicked out? And how did word spread that quickly that he helped Mary and Joseph get to Bethlehem? And also see, how is the farmer like why is he so nice to Nestor after everything he did to him? How is he all of a sudden like, I don't know. It made no sense. The ending made no sense to me. And then it goes back to present time where Nestor's descendant, that's the word I meant, not ancestor, descendant, and everybody in the North Pole is singing and cheering for Nestor. And then another cherub appears, and the clay doll and the clay figure of Nestor comes to life somehow and says "Merry Christmas," like all Christmas will do. Yeah, then it was somebody saying a memorable line, I guess. And then the movie ends. Credits. That's about it. So yeah, Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey. It's an alright film. Nothing memorable really happened. Like, for a 22-minute film, it's not that memorable. We Wish You a Turtle Christmas was more memorable, but that's for all the wrong reasons. I mean, for Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, the only thing you remember is Nestor's mom always telling him, "Ears, Nestor." And that's about it. Nothing memorable really happened. And there's only 5 or so memorable named characters. Mary, Joseph, Nestor, his mom, and of course the cherub, Tilly. I think that was her name. Like I said, nobody memorable. So yeah, I'd love to give Nestor a higher review, but nothing really memorable happened except for Mary and Joseph going to Bethlehem and Nestor's mom dying, which is really sad. So yeah, I'd have to give Nestor I mean, it's not a low review, like it's a bad film, it's actually pretty good, but nothing memorable happened. So I give it I will give it a seal of approval, but nothing memorable happened. It's like, I don't want to give it the seal of disapproval either, because it's a good film. So I guess I give Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey the seal of mediocrity, kind of an in-between thumb. So yeah, I think that'll do for today's video, guys. Yeah. Sorry this video is a bit different and kind of crappy quality, but I guess all my videos are like that. But either way, if you enjoyed this video, sorry, I'm going right for this. Drop a like drop in the bass. Wow, wow. And give you a subscribe on the Autismas smack. see you guys in the next video. Dudes.